The milk jug is very similar. So if I move that out of the way, if you look at the milk jug, I've actually not drawn any of these flowers because they're quite complicated. So what I would do is I paint the lighter area around here, which I've drawn round. I paint the darker inside. Then I paint this white background, pretending the flowers weren't there. And then when the paint is dry, I then start drawing the individual flowers and the individual leaves and start to paint them. Because if I drew them and painted in between, it would be really difficult. And if I drew them and painted over the top, I'd only have to end up drawing them again. So it makes sense to paint the background, and after you've painted the background, then draw the leaves, etc. Okay. And finally, when it comes to painting a piece of fruit, if we talk about painting a piece of fruit, so in this case we'll start off, they're quite similar. This one's a bit yellower than the orange. It's a lemon, even though it looks a little bit more orange in this photo. Again, starting with the lightest colours first. So again, my paint is very dirty from when I mixed the brown on the side of the beaker. I'm going to try and clean that up with a clean brush a bit, and then wipe it with a bit of tissue paper. So I'm going to start off mixing my colour, yellow, with a little bit of orange in it. Test the colour. It's a little bit light, but it's about the same size as there. So I'm going to paint the right colour all over, or most of it. And then we know it's getting darker towards the bottom. So I'm going to mix a bit more orange with my paint. Maybe even take a little bit of brown, darken it down. So then that is darker, a bit darker up that side. Actually, I'm going to make it even darker towards the bottom with a sort of reddy brown. It looks a bit more towards the bottom here. If you remember what we said, when you blend it in, clean brush, either pull it between your fingers or dry it on a bit of tissue paper, and then just like you'd blend it in if it was pencil by smudging it with a cotton wool bud, you can do very similar technique with paintbrush, damp paintbrush. Once the paintbrush starts to pick up some paint, you might want to clean it again, pull it between your fingers again, and then gradually use it to blend one paint into another paint. Some people, when they're doing the orange, will try and dab a little bit instead of to try and create the texture, because both an orange and a lemon is quite a sort of dimpled surface, and you build up the colours like that. So what